Hi guys, this is Carol. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, and subscribe to my videos. I look forward to hearing from you. So today I am at home with a heater at my feet. It's a little bit chilly in Maryland, but um about to do a straight set. I haven't done one in a while. And I thought I was recording already when the prep work was done and it wasn't recording. So we skipped the prep work. I got as far as one nail down and realized that I wasn't recording. So here we go. So we picking up here. So I prepped. You guys know how I like to prep. Um, I prep and then I put a light clear coat down. And now I'm debuting this powder. This is my Cover Pink. Guys, I can't tell you, not because it's mine. It is so beautiful, buttery and velvety. And this particular powder I'm designating as my training powder. Absolutely, it is professional powder, but it goes down so smooth that I felt like someone who's learning to do acrylic for the first time and need a buttery, velvety powder. Then Entourage Nail Gallery Cover Pink is perfect for you. So, it's very difficult to learn to do acrylic with clear powder because you want to be able to see it. So this pink has just enough opaque color in there that it's beautiful. You absolutely will see where the powder is, where your sidewalls and your cuticles are. And so therefore, it's pigmented, but it's workable pigment. Sometimes when you use pigmented powder, it's hard to spread. So right here, I am laying I believe that's my middle finger there. Yes, that's my middle finger. And I did the 3 bead method. But sometimes a 3 bead method could turn into 5 and 6, guys. It's not that big of a deal. But the 3 major ones that went down was following the 3 bead method. Sometimes you would need powder closer to the tip and stuff like that. It's okay to go back and get some. So feel free to pinch and expand this video, guys, and observe how velvety this powder is and how smooth it goes down. And it's a medium setting powder, so you have a lot of time to work with it. Here I go. I'm picking up another bead and I'm going to the front in the middle where I joined it originally. And I am putting a bead down for thickness purposes and filling in the tip of the nail. And my strokes are ever so gentle. Here I'm utilizing the back stroking of the product so it blends in. And the powder has been down, the mixture has been down, and it's still workable. So no need to panic. You have lots of time to play with the powder for it to set. Oh, I should say before it sets. I'm using a little bit of a backstroke here to make sure that the powder is blended smoothly. Now, I have a video on smooth and the tools that we use for smoothing. If you have a problem or having issues with smoothing, you should check that video out. It's a video for beginners on smoothing and the tools we use for smoothing. So here it is. I'm filling in the front, and you can see sort of like in the middle right here, there's a gap. So I am pulling the powder backwards for a nice seamless blend. Very gentle, guys. And you notice my napkin doesn't have a lot of waste product on it. Found a little divot right here. So yeah, guys, this is my newest addition to my product line. It's my Cover Pink. I plan on adding one probably once a month, adding a new color to the color line. And I'm loving the way it goes down, how easy it is to apply it. It's self-leveling. So here it is. I'm holding the bead so it develops on the brush and crystallizes on the brush. And I am patting it down and pulling it ever so gently forward as to not wipe the product off the nail and waste it. I'm going to the reverse to just make sure that the product is smooth. So this video is also going to come to an abrupt end. My phone is running out of space, and so it's not capturing the whole video or the whole session of me applying the nails, but it has some really good application processes going on. As you guys know, I've been wearing stilettos for the longest while. I used to wear these straight tips, and now I just went back to it. And I know I said I wasn't going to do my nails again until the anniversary, but I needed a model. And sometimes when I'm in the shop, I'm too busy to set the camera up to catch one of my clients. So whenever that happens, I become the model. So after the giveaway yesterday, I did a soak off, and this was my cover powder came in and I was excited to try it. So I put a bead in the middle and I'm gently stroking it forward. Gently pulling that product forward. We don't want to wipe it off. We do want to stretch it down smoothly, but we don't want to wipe it off. And I'm going in for a cuticle bead right here. Tucking it in. I got one of my Kolinsky hairs in here. So guys, I want you to look at how much time it took me to get this Kolinsky hair out of the bead I just put down, but the powder was still workable. I had to put a little bit of pressure on it. You see the bristles on the brush is flaring a little bit? Right, that means I'm putting pressure on the brush. But the powder was definitely still spreadable. So you have time to work the process. You don't have to panic. Yeah, so here it is. I picked up another bead and I put it closer to the front, and I'm pulling this forward for thickness on the end. You don't want the ends too thin on this one. I flip my hand around for observation to make sure that I'm looking at these nails from every angle to see that I'm getting exactly the application I want from all directions. There's an apex, there's, the nails is filled in. And if you ever do these square nails, I don't know why it happens, but you can end up having product, a divot, and a product towards the front, so that you have to file out. And I don't know if the nail warps while you put in the product down, but you have some hand filing to do if you don't fill those divots in, fill them in properly. At some point, I started building up product in my brush. Yeah, so once again, another bead went down closer to the front. Pull it down to the front, and I'm reversing the process by reversing my hand up and pulling the product up the nail in the reverse position. Now we're going to move on to the pinky nail. I put one bead down in the middle where the nail and the free edge, the tip and the free edge meets. I'm pulling it forward. Put another bead down. I'm pulling it forward. Keep constantly wiping my brush off. And be careful with this process, guys, because while the powder is very liquid, if you brush it too hard, it will wipe the, it's possible that you can wipe the product all the way off the nail. I get another bead and I'm putting it down closer to the cuticle, tucking it in nice and snug. And then I will pull it down from the side and then the middle. Cleaning up the side walls. Clean up the side walls. Guys, we are all so close to Thanksgiving, and I haven't actually started thinking about what it is I'm going to do, if I'm going to go to my family or whatever. And I'm so overwhelmed already, and it's not even November yet. So we're moving on to the thumb. I picked up a bead, placed it in the middle, right where my free edge meets the acrylic tip or the tip. And I'm sort of like blending that in, keeping my side walls clean. I bounce 3 or 4 times, pick up another bead, place it down, and now I'm going to try and see if I could extend it all the way down. I know my liquid is slightly off camera, so you're not seeing it. So I place the bead down, tucking it nice and snug into the cuticle sidewall area. And if you have the right liquid to powder ratio, guys, you don't have to go chasing the acrylic. But I just want you to see how nice and smooth this cover pink is going down. Bounce 3 or 4 times in the powder after I dip my brush into the monomer. Get a nice bead. Place it down. Pull it forward. Now, guys, if you have done this before, and you pick up the powder and you don't hold on to it for about 3 to 4 seconds. When you put the mixture down, it could be a little bit runny. So if you can hold that solution in place on the nail so it solidifies, then you can work it a little bit better. But ideally, you want to pick up the powder, hold it on the brush for 2 or 3 seconds, let it develop, and then put it onto the nail. Now, that's easier said than done. I tell you to do it, but you can see I just went from the powder straight to the nail. But to get best results, that's what you do. Okay, so we put it down, drag it forward. I picked up another bead, put it right under the one I just laid down, and I am pulling it gently forward. Like I said, I haven't done a straight set in a while. I was wearing these straight all the time, and then I adopted the stiletto and the almanetto, and now I decided to go back to just to break up the contents on my page, do a different shape, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm loving them so far. The powder is soft and velvety, very workable. You don't have to be scared of this acrylic powder. It's very forgiving. And if you're a beginner using this powder, it's very beginner friendly. And most importantly, you will be able to see it clearly when you put it on the nail, when you get close to the cuticle on the side walls. Okay, so I'm working with some clay here to encapsulate my work. Guys, I'm wearing this set right now and it feels so smooth. Oh my goodness. Anything exciting happening in y'all's life for the holidays? This one came upon me really quickly. So I am putting this bead down reverse style and I'm just pulling it backwards. And so we're just rinsing and repeating this process right here. You clean off the brush, dip it in the monomer, bounce 2, 3, 4 times, pick up some powder, and apply it to the nail. And this is the dominant hand working on the non-dominant hand. So fairly uneventful. Yes, so I'm just here applying the clear coat to the pinky finger. All right, inspect them for quality and craftsmanship. This pesky thumb. So this is some clear. I dip the brush in the monomer, pick up some clear powder, and I'm just encapsulating this so that when I file and buff, I don't file off the colored acrylic on the bottom. As I say, guys, this video is going to come to an abrupt end. I will show you the conclusion because I was able to take a picture and attach it to the end of the video, but there was no hand filing work done here and no buffing work. But in the end, these nails came out so smooth. Of course, when I say that, I mean there is no hand filing and buffing work for you to see, but I did hand file and buff them and put 2 quotes of eye gel over the top. Watch out for them side walls, guys. So Halloween is fast approaching. I think our city is celebrating their Halloween on Thursday. And I'm going to go dressed as a leprechaun. I should have done something green, but I can always put some green bling on over the pink for St. Patrick's Day. Well, not St. Patrick's Day, but for Halloween with me dressing as a leprechaun. It seems like I've been working on the right hand forever. Okay, so now I go over to the left hand. Yay! The left hand working on the right hand. So I put 1 bead down and I'm spreading it down, flattening it out, making sure that there isn't a hump towards the back of the nail, and this powder spread out as much as it could. I'm going to get the 1 bead method one of these days, guys. Pick up a bead, I'm transferring it, and I'm going to the back of the first bead, and I'm pushing the product up into the cuticle nice and snug, like a bug. There are times when I get the thumbs so perfect, and there are times when, oh, I wish I can chop my thumb off. As you guys can see, I'm using my favorite acrylic nail brush. Getting it into the sidewall and the cuticle area, nice and flush. Put a bead right under the original one, and I am pulling it down, very little waste on the brush. Have about 7 minutes here to go before we come to a rude and an abrupt end. But yeah, overall, I really like the softness and smoothness of this product. If you're interested, you would be able to find it in the link in the description box. I will have the website you can go to find my products. So, of course, I'm picking up the bead with my right hand, transfer the brush to my left hand. I place the product down in the center of the nail, and now I'm just pulling it forward. Pick up a bead, transfer it. Gently pulling it forward. Wipe my brush off. Dip it in the monomer, dip it in the polymer, and smooth the nails down. And the smoother you get the nail at this process is the less work you have to do to file them. So you want to make sure you're working nice and smooth. So we had a winner for our giveaway on Monday. So excited for Diane Fitzgerald. Diane Fitzgerald. And shortly we'll be putting her winnings in the mail. We have just about 3 minutes left, 3 minutes and about 30 seconds. And I am putting this bead down as close to the cuticle as possible. You see, if you have the right liquid to powder ratio, the bead is not going to run away from you. So we'll have to practice liquid to powder ratio because my beads didn't always stand up where I put them. They were runny for a long time. And if you pick them up and you find that it's a little bit runny, you either hold it on the brush or you can put it down on the nail and just sort of like manipulate it so it stays in one spot until it starts to solidify a little bit, and then you can move it. So if you're looking for a powder that is user-friendly, beginner-friendly, you're beginning to do nails and some of the pigmented powders are just so difficult to work with, especially if it's like a really dark green, a black, a red. Those tend to be a little bit harder to work with. But this has just enough pigmentation that you can see it when you put it down, as opposed to if you're using a clear. And it's self-leveling, So it helps you out a little bit when you lay in your acrylic down. Yeah, you want to practice to get your acrylic to stand where you put it. And that's a liquid to powder issue. Okay. So we're right about almost the time. We have less than 2 minutes now. So just to recap, we are launching this new powder. This is the first debut of this powder, which is my cover pink. I am currently wearing this set. Like I said, it's nice and smooth and velvety. So I am proud to put my seal of approval on this particular product. And you will see it coming out pretty soon. It will be launched officially and it will be available for purchase on my website, which is www.entouragenailgallery.com. So happy shopping. And as we come closer to the end, I am going to have the reveal. The file work is finished, the buffing, the polishing is finished. And yeah, so I was pretty happy with the powder. It is workable, it's user friendly, and I can't wait for you to get one of these in your hands. Okay, yeah, I'm putting a lot of work into researching powders, not just, slapping my name on something. I'm working hard to make sure that when we bring something to the market, it's worth bringing to the market. Did you guys see me try to make a bead with acetone instead of monomer? Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.